extreme foot makeover, my second life, and long lost Monopoly rule. On today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who's written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Hannah Tighe.
The returning Hannah Tighe.
She's back!
I'm back. You thought you could get rid of me, but here I am.
Here you are, but
I am.
Sit back for a second, Hannah, because we're going to introduce our very special guest, Drew Nelson.
How you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Hello.
Hi, Drew.
Drew Nelson.
Now, Drew, sit back. Hannah, you've just returned.
Just returned.
Our resident judge.
Yep. Yep.
When was the last time we saw you?
October?
2022.
I really think it was, right?
The last time we saw you was last year.
Yeah, we saw you last year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's...
Last year. Yeah. Sorry. I went to Italy. I did a 2-week trip to Italy. Single independent woman trip. It was a ton of fun.
Any romantic rendezvous?
No, like I thought I'd come back with a 90-day fiance. I'm like obsessed with the show, and like
Well, you were there long enough.
I know. I was like, and like every guy that would talk to me would be like, maybe. But
He showed your palms.
hello.
That's a sign of attraction, right?
Is it? Oh,
That's what I heard.
Well, I walk around like this. You
Ew, don't squeeze while you do it, Jeremy.
gotta flash the palms.
Too many creases.
but no, it was very obvious that I was by myself. Like I'd go to a bars in the after dinner, or I'd go to dinner and I'd be alone. And I don't speak any Italian.
And
like,
you wore your photos.
I wore my photos smoking inside, and they're like, please, what?
Madame.
But what was funny was I got hit on by a lot of like younger men. It was all young Italian boys, like
Sweet.
24-year-olds. And I like went out with a couple of them one night, and they wanted to go to the disco, and I was like, oh no, like you don't understand.
Did you travel through time, like have one of those like crazy like 70s the disco?
No, they call it the discotheque.
They still?
Yeah, they do.
Still?
Yeah.
Their language hasn't evolved. Discotheque.
But it was funny. Well, okay, so I was walking out of this bar and they were sitting outside at this table, and I was wearing a trench coat, and they're like, come sit with us. And so I did, and I took off my trench coat, and I had like this bodysuit on, and this guy goes, Mamma Mia! And I was like, he really said it, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, you really say it? And he goes, Mamma Mia!
And you should have seen his mustache. It just went like that.
You didn't say, you didn't say, here we go again?
No, but he goes, I like your shapes.
Shapes? Multiple shapes?
And I was like, I go, be more specific.
The 2 lumps on the top of your chest.
Yeah. He was like, I like your shapes. And I was like,
You're supposed to have different shapes.
I need some of your, how do you say, geometry.
I like how you shape it just like a square. That's really cool to me.
and I
This
was
is my
just,
favorite shape.
and I was just like embarrassed and couldn't stop laughing. And he was like, is it true? Yeah. And then all the guys were like, yeah, your shapes. I was just like, oh my God, okay, boys. Well,
Hannah,
You feel welcome.
yeah, I did. It was the Italian greeting.
try and cool down right now, because we're going to go to Drew. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a ASU alumni. Go Devils. Currently a contractor. I do pools and landscape.
Mamma mia!
What kind of shapes?
All sorts, man.
I like.
With curves, and they're not just one shape.
I like your blobs.
And I've done my share of stand-up back in the day, and a little bit of time on that, and then
You talked as though it was like a prison service.
Did my stand up? I
Did 3 years.
7 to 10 shows
Think of it, it's like you are thrown up, to the wolves and that shit. So
voluntarily.
you're just kind of trying to do it in an open mic down at a small little place where old people are just like, is this for jazz tonight? This guy's about to drop F-bombs for 3 days.
Let me ruin your night. Please.
That's the best way to do stand-up is go on stage and just punch the biggest comic on stage.
Called the punchline.
Yeah, because everyone gets in line to be punched.
Been a wisdom of stand-up yet. That's about it. I mean, I live here in Gilbert. I've been friends with Carly for a long time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad.
All right. How tall are you?
I'm 6'10", man.
6'10"?
He's a 6'10" man. He just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How sick are you of people asking you that question?
I mean, back in the day, when I was still a punk,
When I was shorter.
I get sick of it, but as you get older, you just kind of laugh at it. Then there was a small phase in right out of college where I would just make up these one-liners.
Small, like 5'8".
Oh my God, do you? Yeah, exactly.
I gotta say something
Play
though.
something, and I'm like, no, I play miniature golf, and there's my putter, and I have that I carry with me. I put it together.
Okay.
They would go on with it for the whole time.
Drew, in our friend group, it's always been really helpful that you are the tall one because, say if we go out and there's a busy bar and I go to the bathroom, I'm like, where is everyone? Never, because I always can find Drew.
Yeah.
So it's very helpful to have a taller friend in the friend group when you're short.
Tells me too. She was like, anytime we go out, it's easy to see at concerts and stuff like that. I'm like, well, thanks. As long as I'm being used, that's how I need to be.
When we go out as friends and she goes to the bathroom, we all crouch down. And just
That's not true.
Behind the bar.
Bob gets in his costume where it's 3 kids sitting on each other's shoulders.
Just in a trench coat. Just be
So
one ticket, please.
tell them about your Halloween costume. I think Drew will get a kick out of it. It's funny.
We've already caught up with Hannah and Drew. We should probably get into the show because it's been about an hour.
Just tell. Just tell. 1 year for Halloween, Bob went as kids stacked on each other's shoulders.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, see, Hannah didn't even know
rascal?
that. Yes.
That'd be a good costume for you.
It's a great
You just put Bob in your trench coat.
Yeah, next time someone says you're tall, you should just be like, I'm not tall. There's just 3 kids stacked on each other's shoulders under here.
That's a sure way to end the conversation.
So you're looking at you actually wrote that joke, or was that on the fly?
What do you mean I wrote that joke?
I don't know. I'm wondering because
I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Oh.
She knew she was going to ask me about my
It
Halloween
went
costume.
well.
The scenes are showing that actually.
Well, notes for self.
Check. I put
Jokes
it.
is a highly scripted podcast.
We're just very bad performers. So.
We're experimental. Round 1.
Okay, round. Oh,
Here we go.
I had surgery to shorten my toes.
What?
Toes? Sorry.
Toes?
Is this from a DOT?
I'm looking at the word trolls and toes and I fucked up. Okay. I had surgery to shorten my toes. Trolls call me gremlin feet. I'll tell the story now.
Okay.
Get it? Because it's not really me. That's the headline. Okay. One woman who
I
has
never assumed that the story's about you.
one woman who has struggled with her long toes for a long time decided to take matters into her own hands, not the feet.
There it is.
Athena, who is the CEO of women's clothing brand My Passarella, said she hated her long toes so much she decided to have cosmetic surgery to shorten them. Showing off the before and after pics on TikTok, she also said that cosmetic surgery is the new Brazilian butt lift, or BBL. And thanked the surgeon for making my feet pretty. I don't know how she talks it.
Probably like that.
That's really accurate. Yeah.
In the video, the
It
surgeon...
sounds like she has long toes.
Long toed freak.
After the toes were short.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a witch beforehand. In the video, the surgeon...
toes shortened.
Thanks, doctor.
And she turned into a munchkin.
In the video, the surgeon can be seen revealing her new toes, which looked much smaller and straighter too. In another video, she said, "My toes were a big insecurity for me for a long time as I could remember. For as long as I could remember. So I decided to give myself some Christmas toes. I'm so happy with the result. Best decision I could have taken."
Mistletoes.
Yeah, this was the hardest fucking story.
What? I thought of 10 in me.
Then you go for me this time, this round.
Well, Drew, since you're our guest, would you like to go first or last in this round?
I'll go first.
All right, go for
Cool
it.
with that. So we're just doing one at a time.
Just one. Yeah. Just give me one.
All right, I guess we'll start out with this little piggy said she has daddy issues, so she went to the surgeon.
And then she went, wee.
All the way to the bank.
I thought of getting the surgery, but everyone told me if I did, I'd be tripping.
Good, Ricky.
We'll stay on that.
It's more clever. I like that.
I think she could use a nose job after repeated face-first falls after the surgery.
In her case, all of the little piggies went wee.
Oh, they did go.
All right. Drew, back to you.
Oh, all right.
If you're not bothered by that.
No, I just had to, I had to process those other ones first because he's obviously piggybacking off of piggy.
Piggybacking.
Piggy towing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what to get for Christmas for that foot fetish person. Now you found something.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I think a foot fetish person would want more of the foot.
You'd be very surprised.
More foot, less toes.
Yeah. I think they like weird stuff. So like the
misleading. It's not
longer
toe
the
finder.
toes. Yeah.
Toe finder. Here, little toe. I've heard of the long arm of the law, but the long toe of the piggy. I don't know. This is a really hard.
The first one was good.
How about this one?
Do that one again.
How about this one,
I
Ricky?
gotta save it
Say
for
the
my
first
third
one louder.
How about
I'll say that for my third
Ricky, how about this one? Got your toe.
What?
How about that one?
Instead of like, I got your nose, it's like, I got your toe.
No, we got it.
I didn't get it. I fully did not get that
It's an
one.
American joke. You've been too far in.
I know. I've been in Italy. They have perfect toes.
Everything's supposed to be so deep with you Italian Europeans.
Can you believe we scripted that shit?
Yeah, we should edit
Signed
that
off
out.
on that.
I've been told this is a good show.
Let's see if we can save it. Now, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And before, she could behold a banana and peel it with just her toes. And I think that's beautiful.
That was a good one.
I pay lots of money.
I like behold a banana. That made me giggle just that.
Yep.
Well, that was my
I got
intention.
5 stars from me on here.
Behold it.
Oh, I can't tell. Sorry.
With the surgery done, the current largest foot record is now held by your mama.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
My mom has been dissed worse than that.
My mother's dead.
Again?
Drew?
My mom doesn't have toes. So it's really fucking rude.
My mom's dead, and we couldn't close the casket on the lower half. Her feet
Her toes were
fucking
too
big.
long.
Yeah.
They creeped out over the side.
We had to get a special casket with a
Just a toe,
on the
toe window.
Just
a toe window. A toe window, man. I mean, it can be done. It's in Italy.
You're
they
a
do-
contractor. You can make it
Very,
happen.
very true.
so
Yeah.
you want to see in there.
Yeah. It's a sight to
shit
behold.
beautiful.
You don't want to cover the body. You want to see what's
They put shoes on dead people, though? I really.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a waste of shoes.
Well, my grandpa was cremated, so I can't tell you.
All of mine are as well. That's why I was wondering. It's a legitimate question.
But like, think about wearing your favorite shoe for like a day or two.
Yeah.
It gets really smelly. Sleep in your shoes, then you got like really smelly
Eternity.
feet.
You're right. Otherwise, the corpse doesn't get stinky at all.
That's probably why the corpse.
Just throw one of those. Just throw one of those Febreze balls in there and call it a day. Just in case anybody's got to open it up and grave rob it.
So, people who like get found guilty of murder because they had a rotting corpse in their house. Well, they should have taken the shoes off.
Ah, that was it.
The more you know.
Where are we at?
We're on the third one. I believe. I'm just going to end this one with, leave a little bit to the imagination, ladies.
I thought of getting the surgery, but everyone told me I'd be tripping.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, didn't you already do that?
You said to do it again louder.
Per your request.
I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I wrote, I'd be tripping if there. Okay.
It's a fan favorite.
Except this one's in all caps on her notes.
Yeah. I'd be tripping. LOL. Thumbs up.
You improved on the first one.
Yeah.
You know what they say about a woman with surgically shortened toes, don't you?
No. Loose.
Poor lady.
You know, kids used to sing about her. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, and toes, and toes, and toes, and toes.
She's gonna have her shoulders done too.
Ears and mouth and toes and toes and toes and toes.
Were they long?
Fool. Like, I couldn't come up with any jokes.
That's okay.
Put the picture of that on that. If you can possibly put that picture on to just let people know
I would like to see
how long they
toes.
were and how they looked like.
They've been viewing it for the last 10 minutes.
He does it in post. He does it in
I
post.
see that on the screen.
I actually-
Wait, I'm gonna
Windows
Google
up
it quick.
usually.
Oh, okay.
I included it in the
Lady-
last episode too.
With long
You guys do it 2 weeks to that joke?
surgery.
He just knew we were doing that story.
So Hannah,
She's looking up a picture of this.
Now it's just showing me toes. Ew.
Well, what'd you think?
let me see.
Well, I thought
As
it
the
would
doctor, and then he goes like before and after, and it's a split screen.
Oh, they weren't. They're kind of worse now.
You don't
Than they
say.
were.
They look really stubby, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
in that
they're
picture.
like stubby and long. Like, if anything, they're just more crooked. Like, ew. They
He just
like
he just
they
curled
look
them,
like,
so from her perspective,
no,
they
that's
look shorter.
probably. But they're.
You know the craziest thing? He just folded them and taped them under her foot so she
Yeah. It just
$1,000, please.
her toenails are long. Like she could have gotten a pedicure.
Now Hannah,
You took those in, or the relation to the toe?
Oh look.
Now,
I mean,
now Drew,
like,
Hannah, we'll get into this later. We're gonna focus up a little
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't read the articles before, so this is always fun for me.
bit. Hannah, you've got all the jokes written down there. So how did we fare in that round?
You had a lot of material, Rick. I did like them. I liked the foot fetish joke, and then your leave a little bit to the imagination. But then it actually like brought me back to like that sounded like a youth pastor. Leave it like
Fuck you, pastors, you talking to?
In the 1800s,
Like, girls
cover your ankles.
would always hear, like I always heard that at church, like church camp. They'd be like, if it looks like a shoestring. Well, anyway, I liked your I'd be tripping.
Which one?
Both. But you really got better at the second time because I think you had a little more.
I actually think I liked the first one better because I liked the surprise value of it.
I was surprised both times.
You were surprised too. You were like, what? That's the same one.
It's not both times.
Bob, I liked the nose job joke. And I think my favorite was the behold a banana. That was clever.
That's
Jeremy,
my favorite search online
Behold
too.
the banana t-shirts available in our merch store. Socks.
Jeremy, I liked your yo mama joke and the and
And they were yellow
toes and
bananas.
toes and toes. That was great. It is a. I'm gonna go with behold a banana.
Ooh.
So Bob wins that round.
Does that mean I get a point for this round?
You get a point for that round.
Beautiful.
You get a nubbin's toe.
Yep.
I love Nubbin's toe with a little butter in the morning. Yum, yum, yum.
What?
Nubbin's toes. No, it sounds like a
Oh,
breakfast.
toast.
Just gonna go into commercial now.
Nubbin's Toast Crunch.
Nubbin's toes. Get you
Oh,
going
yeah,
in the morning.
I thought you were saying toes.
I was. That's why I didn't
Okay,
get
okay.
Ricky's comment.
You know, like a Thomas English muffin? Is that what they're called?
Yes.
I don't know. I was in Italy.
Also referred to as a nubbin's
We had Weetabix in the morning.
Sorry, Tommaso.
Yeah, Tomas.
We did each nooks and cranny in Europe.
A lot of nooks and crannies in those toes, man.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to round two, where hopefully
Butter
there will be
gets right
less
in the
talk
crevices.
about butter and toes.
Who knows? Who knows with this podcast? Am I
Go off the
right?
rails. Let's go, baby.
Girl recognizes husband from another life and speaks language none of her family even know. Okay, instead of reading the story, can I just kind of explain it? Because it's really confusing.
It was very long.
It was long and confusing. So let me just kind of explain what happened. There's a girl named Swarnlada in India.
You lost me.
Okay. So there's a girl named Swarnlada in India, and when she was a toddler, she started speaking another language and doing these dances that are not traditional of the Indian town that her family lives in. So anyway, the story caught on. Am I doing a good job?
No.
Could someone give a summary of Carly's summary?
I think this is fine.
Yeah, okay, I'm on board.
There's a toddler who was speaking a language that she shouldn't have been speaking and doing dances that she shouldn't have known.
How could that be?
Wait, quick question. Was it an actual language or was it just like a dialect?
You're about to find out. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so anyway, the story caught on, and an expert at a university started.
I am an expert at university.
Hello, it's me, expert.
What's your expertise?
He started piecing together things that she was saying about specific people that she said were in her family, and he was doing research on other families that existed around the time period. And he found the other family that he thinks that she was talking about, specifically the person he thinks that she might be. Okay?
Okay.
That
Story of reincarnation.
Yeah. And that person had died a few years earlier, before this girl was born. Okay, so then he set up a meeting with the family that she had never seen before. And the first person that walked in the room was the brother of the woman that had died. And she said some nickname of his right away. Yeah. And
Boba or something like that.
yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, do you need that for
There's a
your
lot of details.
jokes?
This one was a very detailed
Yeah,
story.
that's why I'm trying to
I
summarize.
skimmed it,
Okay.
so my jokes are related to the first headline.
Then they tried to test her by putting a bunch of random people in the room in addition to the husband of the person to see if she would catch. And she did. She caught on. And then she covered her head or something, which is what you're supposed to do in front of your Indian husband. And she was only 11 by the time she met those people.
Wow.
My jokes are all written about the last details of this story.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. I think that's way better than reading this story because it was really confusing.
So, all right.
Totally
Actually,
believe in all
I'm
that.
sorry. We're going to ditch this one and talk about toes again. So,
Okay. Are we going to show our toes? Or?
I hope my pinky toe comes back as my big toe.
I don't do it for free.
we'll talk about toes later. Rick, do you want to start things off?
My toes used to be hairier than they are now. That's not very hairy anymore.
Oh, good for you. Things are looking up.
Toe pattern
It's
baldness.
hairy.
Is
It's
Oh.
masculine to have hairy
So you
toes.
don't shave them, it just happened over time?
Yeah, just because I'm worn
Is it an
out.
effect from wearing shoes and socks?
Probably.
Stop. You
I have
gotta stop cramming them into those little Japanese shoes.
I know it's been a while since I told the story. Do you want me to retell it, you guys?
Okay, so I will start. And so I have struggled with this story very
What else is new?
and I wrote jokes out of spite. But then when I got here and gave Jeremy some feedback about stories, he was very courteous and nice about it. And so what should I do? Should I continue with the spiteful jokes?
Let
or-
it-
Whatever's funniest.
Spiteful.
I like spiteful.
Okay, so
I'm
with-
mad today, so I'm ready for it.
Okay, so with permission of the judge, these are stories that I have picked that were not these stories, but they're just the headlines of the stories. And you tell me if the premise of these headlines are funnier than the premise of the story that we
Are we doing a new show now?
Okay.
All right. Colombia's infamous pink cocaine is on the rise in Europe. Is that a funnier premise than kid comes back to life or whatever?
Boo, do the regular jokes.
What's pink cocaine?
It's just the new kind of cocaine.
Is the blood already in it? Like from nosebleeds?
We're going to read an entirely
Mix
new
in?
story now.
Yeah, boo, do the other jokes. I thought this was going to be mean towards Jeremy.
I know. I was
No,
like,
it's
is
not
it?
mean towards Jeremy. It's just spiteful in that
Well,
direction.
I misunderstood, and now I want the other jokes.
I
Yeah, do the other
What's
joke.
your
I
pink
didn't do
cocaine
those
joke?
jokes.
What's your pink cocaine joke?
No, I don't have multiple jokes. I just have
Oh my
the
God.
headlines.
Why don't
and
you-
if the headlines are funnier than the premise of this
Okay,
story,
Jeremy's going to write some spiteful
then I get
material
a
about you.
point. I
I
get a
thought we were
point.
bullying Jeremy, so I was like, let's hear what Rick's mad about.
He's mad about the story selection.
I don't have to. No, I'm more ashamed.
I
of
have
my
a joke.
spitefulness.
I have a joke. So
Okay,
I'll
go
read.
ahead, Bob.
This woman recognizing a husband from another life makes me wonder if my friend Doug is indeed my brother from another mother.
That's cute.
Doug.
She remembered so many people and things It conveniently forgot that she died owing me like 200 rupees.
Drew.
All right. This one, I'm just going to say straight out, this was a weird one to start. So everybody's in that whole realm. So it might go off the rails in a couple of these.
I think the show's
But at
gone
least you tried, you know.
I'm definitely going to try. I'm just telling you. I guess I shouldn't set up a precedence for it. I'll just do it. When you're swimming in the Ganges and you get yelled at from the side of the tides, wherever you call them, maybe beach side, and she can't understand the husband's name anyway. Isn't that usually what it's all about down in India?
Hard to say.
From my vast knowledge of Indian
I
life.
thought it was going to be when you're swimming in the Ganges and you hear someone yell your name.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
In 100 years, I would never think of that. I love it. Both of you were like, yeah.
Is there a 50-50 where I set it up and you just knock it out of the park?
I'm sorry. I know
It's actually 25 or
we forgot to mention this. I was born as Jeremy in another life. And he was born as me in another
I
life.
believe that.
We body swapped a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's been weird.
We're doing a whole Freaky Friday, like 2000.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, no one could tell the difference.
One has glasses.
I wear glasses sometimes when I'm Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, that's
You guys
enough.
are constantly switching?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's not just on Friday anymore.
Sometimes it's on Tuesday.
All right, Rick, do you have...
What's your next spiteful headline?
That's it? Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
yeah.
A sneakerhead is making custom Nikes and New Balances for horses.
I like that one.
That's pretty good. And then I had a joke for that. Mare Jordans.
Mare Jordans. I like that.
Also, wow, this horse really knows how to dressage.
Also, I don't recall seeing that as one of your story suggestions.
It's in there, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Bob. Get us back on track here.
It's a horse joke, too.
Just nay it.
Just nay it.
That's good. Oh, yeah, that would have been way better. Sorry, Jeremy.
Just apologize to yourself.
Point on the board.
Yeah, I will say that Rick is in the wrong here, but that story was whack.
What does Jeremy Horse say when you're mean to him? Hey!
So I'll do this one.
Because
Who
horses
was that,
eat
Carl?
hay.
That's Carly. That is not Jeremy.
No, it's Jeremy. I'm in Carly's body.
No, we
to
just
jump
let
ago.
We just let it sit. We don't do anything, and they can talk themselves out of it.
Carly is fucking Carly right now.
I'm not fucking myself.
Should be. You should go do it.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Not fucking myself. You should go do it.
Over there. There's plenty
You
of
guys
room.
are also siblings.
Off camera.
That's really popular right now.
What?
What?
That's the number one
Okay,
search.
what's the
on
joke?
Pornhub.
Ew.
Gotcha. I
Bob,
understood.
is it Bob's turn?
Yeah, so this was based on a detail that wasn't included in Carly's summary.
Cool.
So, but oh well.
For me.
Is this about the Monopoly one yet? Or,
It might still.
Right?
This one might
which
still be
life
fine.
is this right now?
Everybody shut up. Okay. It's you, my husband, my dear. I want to say Frank. Oh, that's close though. Yeah.
That wasn't in the story.
The details in the story were that she was getting some details wrong, but they still believed that she was. Who she was
Okay.
actually was.
Could have been worse. Her previous life could have been of that big booty skank, your great grandmama.
He's stealing my shit.
Well, it's good that now she can nag him in all the lifetimes.
I'm back, motherfucker.
Women, am I right, guys?
Right.
Wait, are you Carly or Jeremy?
I'm Jeremy.
Right. Yeah.
Can't live with them, can't outlive them.
Australia, Scientists find clitorises on female snakes.
But
It
what
would have
about
just
the
been
colons?
funny to end it after snakes.
What?
Or right before snakes.
Oh, on female.
You should have.
Oh, cruelty.
You should have.
Finally, they found him.
They found the mythical clitoris. Finally.
Is that the one that's? I thought the G spot is the joke about it being hard to find, but the clitoris is not hard to find.
Nope. You should watch on TikTok. Like guys try to identify it. Like girls have gone up with like the diagram of a vagina, and they're like, what is this? And watching grown men, fathers, be like, I don't know. And like,
Fathers.
It's not their daughters doing it, is it?
Yeah.
Dad,
Because I would be
I'm like
freaked out.
Taurus dad. What the fuck is this?
no, and it's embarrassing because it's like grown men not able to do it. Yeah.
I really
And I
doubt
mean-
it's fathers.
Usually,
Usually fathers have had sex.
Well, yeah, men have had sex and they don't know where it is.
Usually the lights are off. She just guides you in. You don't know what you're doing.
if it was fathers and their daughters were doing it, that's why they're like, I really have no idea what that is. I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Listen, we'll put a diagram up just to help any viewers.
No, don't help. Let them figure it out on their own.
This is an advice podcast.
You don't think that this should be some common knowledge for everybody?
It should be, but
in the
some guys are down.
Viewers, just so you know where it is, it's right here.
Just a reminder, this story was about a child who was reincarnated.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to win this round.
And because of that, Jeremy called me a clitoris.
It's Bob's turn.
The ultimate insult.
I can't even find you.
You're so small and up to the left. It's weird.
Left.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It depends on how I'm feeling.
I'll move it around. Make you work for it. Today it's on the right. Fuck you. You're so confident.
No wonder these men can't find it.
It's the third date, but fuck you.
Let's play a little game. Who's up? Me?
Yeah.
The clit's up. I like this new nickname for you. Robert the Clit.
Okay.
I can't see me.
He's so small.
Keep rubbing me like this.
Oh, Ricky,
Some guy
stop.
comes on a boat. Yeah.
So again, this was about a girl who says she was reincarnated. Listen, even if this was real, I don't think we should dredge up the past, especially when it's this fucking boring. So it was a long story and it was very boring. Jeremy.
Am I the last one on this one? No, I think Drew.
Jeremy, the labia.
The labia minora.
I'm the labiest.
Jeremy the Tate Martinez. If it ain't, Jeremy, don't fix
It's a part
it.
of the vagina.
Well, actually, men,
my God.
men have a taint as well. It's the, you know how I can explain it best.
Man, hardly any man can
I know.
Now,
Jorah Minora.
Hey everybody, this is Bob Timmons. I'm currently editing the show, and I figured while everyone else is talking at the same time, why don't I jump in and talk as well? It just seems like
Labia minora.
a fun thing to do. Very chaotic. I know you guys love it. And now that I've done it, let's get back to the show.
Swim
You
joke.
guys,
From like the fucking
we-
you guys
Denmark.
we need to listen to who's.
We have multiple inane conversations.
Yeah.
Let's stick to one. Is that all the jokes?
No,
Wait,
I got
is it
another one.
Taints, or what are we going to talk
Okay.
about?
All right, who
All
votes
right,
for
Jamie
Jamie?
has his
Who wants
last
to go with
joke.
Taints?
All right, Jeremy,
All
you're
right,
up.
here we go. To see the innocence of a child as she remembers old loved ones and dances old dances and calls her husband's new wife a trashy Hindi hoe.
Trashy Hindi ho.
Hindi ho. Da, da, da. You know that song?
I knew you
Yeah.
would do something offensive.
Jai ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Pussycat Dolls song of that.
So does that do it for the jokes in round
No, he's
two?
got one more.
Drew, you got one
I
more?
mean, I'd like to have one. This one, okay. Takes the idea of having a pet name for your husband to a whole nother level.
Oh, you really derailed us, Drew, with all our good jokes.
Don't think I did.
That will do it for the jokes in round two. So Hannah, what happened?
What happened?
What happened in all
All of these jokes. I don't know what happened. We
Curveball, I just
went
went with it.
we went all over the place, and having not read it, I did put it together. Not knowing the whole article. And I totally believe in that stuff, so that I will read that article later.
You just got to block out 2 hours.
Yeah, it might take a while.
And you need a corkboard with yarn and trying to connect all the dots.
Like the crazy
You can
person
do the abridged version that Carly gave us.
on the next episode.
I couldn't think of any funny things.
Sorry to interrupt.
What a new concept for this round. You couldn't think of anything to say? Funny.
You know,
Was that the whole Hindi move, or?
I don't know. It just came out. I'm Jeremy right now.
Carly's speaking in a language we have no idea.
I got it.
That's the chant of the Punjabi Braves.
Hannah yawned.
Sorry. It's been a long day for me. Okay.
Hannah, back to you.
Okay. I liked your nagging in all lifetimes joke because women be shopping in every culture
nagging,
ever.
yeah.
What's wrong with that? Shopping's all the time.
That's actually what I'm doing on my phone all the time. I'm not even listening. Loved the pink cocaine joke because it made sense.
No, there was no joke.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
But
I'm just
wasn't it funny?
I'm making little jokes. The Mayor Jordan. That was funny. That was my favorite. You should just write headlines. I would laugh if you just wrote headlines.
You know what? You should not be on this show. You should do something else.
Yeah. Appreciate everything you've done for us, but just scoot out.
Hannah, I want to clarify that he didn't make those headlines. He found them
I
online.
found
Yeah.
them online and sent them to Jeremy, and he didn't pick them.
He wanted us to do those stories, and he's
Instead.
mad that Jeremy.
Come on. I don't need that's like stuff I don't need to know because I just gave him credit for it.
No, I know that's why I want you to know.
Stolen valor.
He doesn't get shouldn't deserve the
Hand
credit.
over all that delicious valor.
Hey, give me all your valor.
Jeremy hopped into Hannah's body. Get out.
If I had made
Get out of my
half-ass
shapes.
jokes for this story that I really wasn't into, wouldn't that be more funny than all the fun that we've had today?
Who's to say?
I think you're the judge. You, Hannah.
All the fun we've had and about the friends we've made along the way.
And soon to be ex-friends.
Yeah, I'll never see you guys again. I wasn't actually in Italy. I just was a break.
You could have just taken a break. We would have let you.
No.
She just bought a bunch of bulk pasta from Costco and was like, if I take a picture with this every night, they'll really believe me.
But every picture on Instagram was just you eating pasta.
I did.
I like that one where the guy's feeding you.
Oh yeah, I made an Italian man feed me pasta and I ate it. And the weirdest thing about it is like I posted it on Facebook too, and it has over
The sequel to Facebook?
what?
Facebook too.
And it has over 1,000 views, but only 30 likes. And
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here,
Hannah, you should be like super rich off of like
And it's just a 2-second clip,
Posts.
and I'm just
Hannah-
eating pasta.
Hannah, don't take this the wrong way. It's pretty fucking hot.
Oh well.
It's a good video.
999 of the views were Ricky.
It took me 500 tries to finish jerking off.
Because there's only 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't
He couldn't find the clearance.
Replay the swipe
Shapely
backwards.
gear in that video?
Yeah,
Shapely.
I was, and I asked the
Yeah, in the
server,
background's Mamma Mia.
Mama
Oh, I
me.
gotta feed you those ships.
I was a little drunk, and I asked the server, I was like, "Will you feed me pasta?" And he's like, "Yes." And so he
It's
like
not the first time he's done it. Surprising.
he did it, and like my friend was recording, and he goes, "I like this video."
He liked it too.
I go, "It's not for you."
hey, you are one spicy American meatball.
And then I shared it with my friend, and she's like really quiet, and she goes, "You know, he liked that video, and he just jerks off to it all the time." And I was like,
You should be retired.
Alvin,
You
that
should
was his
have.
name.
You should be swimming in
His
money.
name was Alvin.
"Alvin," he gave me a card.
Maybe that's your OnlyFans, just people feeding you food.
I mean, my skin looked really good in it, so I get it. And it was good pasta, so I'm down.
Alvin Simona Theodore.
Alvin!
All right, so
He just wanted a hula hoop.
So you disqualified Ricky. What's your final
No,
judgment?
she did not disqualify me. She
That's what I heard.
We're on to
Fucked up
Bob
rules
right
like
now.
you do,
Bob's just
Carly.
been quiet this whole time. He's like, "Please, my jokes, judge them."
Well, sometimes you just have to wait it out.
We'll tucker
Robert's the
ourselves
kid in
out.
class was like, can you grade our papers early?
We had a quiz today. We did our
Now,
homework.
to be fair, I just want you guys to stop talking. That's all.
That's fair. I liked your first joke just because I think the name Doug is funny. Like in any context. Do you have a friend named Doug? Or
I do
did you-
not.
See,
Have
that's
you ever heard of
funny.
this guy named Doug Funny?
I set myself
He
up for
sucks.
that. I slow pitched myself that joke. I didn't get it. Okay. And then I liked the second joke, Fred Frank. And then I just wrote boring for the next joke because you must have said something with the word boring. I wouldn't just write boring, yawn, snooze, sleeping, bunch of Z's.
We need to post your notes.
That would be funny.
No, they're just like,
Just emojis.
Fuck these guys. What do they think they're doing?
We
just
need
a long-
content for our socials.
it's just Adam's song from Blink-182 on it. Okay.
Spill the juice of apple juice.
Okay. Jeremy, I really enjoyed. I wish you would have done more mama jokes. I think you could have kept going. I loved those. And then I always, so whenever I introduce, or whenever someone's like, oh, so and so's coming, I always say, he owes me money. And then everyone's like, what? Greg owes you money? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, really? And so you win that round because you took my little bit that I did.
I
You
did
didn't
it. I
know.
stole it.
And then I always love a yo mama joke. So Jeremy wins that round.
right.
He gets a point.
Point for Jeremy.
All right, so where are we at? Bob has one. Jeremy has one.
Yep.
Drew and Ricky have some catching up to do.
Wait, I didn't get any points.
I've been trying to keep up with how you guys used to do it, and it was just 1 point.
It's
Right?
whatever you like.
No, you don't need to give
then
Ricky a point.
Then I
Hannah.
went off the rails with my point system, and I think it threw the listener off.
If anything's going to throw the listener off, it's everything else.
Okay, well, we're just doing 1 point this time.
Okay.
Fine.
This is I for me because I've been
fine.
gone.
Not a problem, Anna.
It's my mental health judging.
Maybe you should go back to Italy.
I would love to go back to Italy.
Go back to Italy.
Maybe I will.
Delightful time for you.
Yeah, I'd have
Maybe
a
you'll
great
experience
fucking
all those
time.
little things that you missed.
I will.
Go back to where you vacation. All
You
right.
enjoy some more delicious food.
I will, and I won't post a video of it now that I know you liked it.
Let's see how many more vengeful headlines Ricky can come up with in round 3. Forgotten Monopoly rule that completely changes the game leaves people baffled. By the way, I already knew about this rule, so I don't know who people are, but
Miss Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags to you. The forgotten rule.
What's his name?
Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags?
No, Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Oh, did you
Penny
get the
bags.
joke and I didn't get it?
Pennybags. You're right.
I was playing on that, but all right, let's go.
The Forgotten Rule has recently surfaced online, and after it went viral, fans of the game have admitted they've been playing it incorrectly. A Monopoly fan who goes by the username DTrain22 shared the revelation.
Sounds like he gets lots of pussy.
Can't find it though.
Right on the D train.
Shared the revelation on.
Stop that clitoris, wherever that is.
I can't find it on the map.
It moved.
Anyway, DTrain22 shared the revelation on Twitter, and it shocked the social media users. They said, "Just found out I've played Monopoly wrong my whole life. If you don't buy a property you land on, it goes to auction for anyone to bid any amount. Had no idea." They even posted a screenshot of the rules where it clearly says, "Whenever a player lands on an unknown property, he may buy that property from the bank as its printed price. If he does not wish to buy the property, it is sold at auction by the banker to the highest bidder." Commenters were baffled by the news, with one person saying, "Just realized that this is probably why my games went on for so long." Another said, "Adds a whole new layer of the ruthless to the original." Never mind. Fuck it. People were
Is that what they said?
just
the official
I'm
That's
rules?
what I would say
That
if I
sounds
was
like the official
playing.
rules of Monopoly when you get to a point where you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck it, we're done.
It's just people commenting on that they didn't know the rule and that their games would have been shorter. Anyway, jokes.
A lot of summation in this episode.
All right, Bob.
This will really improve the flow of the game. Now it'll only be too long instead of way too long.
The rules for winning remain intact. Survive on coffee and energy drinks until the other players give up and go to bed.
Drew,
Yet another reason to disown your family and have a shitty holiday.
I needed another reason.
That's the final reason he needed.
My favorite comedy subject: the rules of board games.
Are you still criticizing?
He's still spiteful. Seriously, these kinds of stories, like, there was like reading symbols. Like, I don't know. Each one of these stories from this episode was like
Reading symbols?
I cannot understand
Letters.
this.
Letters.
Well,
Did you watch the
language I
process?
don't know. I know how to read. I'm
Are you
not
gonna start speaking in
illiterate.
the other language like the second story now?
I hated this story so much, I forgot how to read.
None of them
I
had
read this too many times in my past life.
Just looked at it and it was over.
All right, see how this grabs you. Good luck at auction. Hey, everybody, shut up. Good luck at auction with the market right now. I mean, I saw Baltic Avenue went for $1.2 million.
Oh my God,
no.
good point. Yeah, this economy, come on.
Way to bring it through for current events.
I'm living in a goddamn thimble.
The interest rate alone.
Is that your joke?
No.
Probably better make it
I
that.
know. It's better than this one. You mean people have been making up their own rules for Monopoly? Monopoly. The cherished game of bankrupting your friends and family, causing fights and divorce. That Monopoly?
Thimble.
Thimble. Living in a thimble.
I'm living in the car with my donkey.
Down by the river.
Can that be the episode title, Rob?
Just realized that
living
Carly
in a
hasn't
hat.
done one. Does she not do one?
We try to get her to stop doing what she's
They don't let women tell jokes on this show.
We're to be seen and not heard.
Women do
Only
shopping
joke.
and nagging, not telling jokes.
These jokes.
That is still a joke.
For that one drunkle that you can't understand anyway, now he becomes the auctioneer of Monopoly. So,
What's the big deal? I never followed the recipes on my Easy Bake Oven. Look at me now. Dead in a house fire at the age of 6. I just remember the punchline of that.
Hey, whoa, the spite has left her body.
Now I'm a charred 6-year-old. I see my life through the eyes.
Reborn into Ricardo Leon's body.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, is that still this episode?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Unfortunately, most Monopoly players now are investors and corporations, squeezing us normal players out before we even have a chance.
That's true. Got a lot of truth. Got a lot of truth in your jokes.
And pay right up front with Monopoly cash.
Even still, nobody ever makes an offer on the cheapest property on the board. Your mama.
Hey! I feel like that was just added.
No, I had it the whole time.
Oh, that's worse then.
The whole time?
The whole time?
so now that people realize this is a actual rule, the next edition from Mattel is the short sale Monopoly.
Wait, say, what was
The short
that?
what?
Fun
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
Short
short
sale.
sale Monopoly.
Short sale.
Short
Monopoly.
sale.
Short sale Monopoly. Yeah, Drunkle was better.
Rick?
I'm a strict constitutionalist. I believe in the right to speech, arms, and to collect $200 when passing go.
Ending with a bang. Hannah.
Those were fun. I
I
like
tried that time, which is so important to you that I tried.
I noticed that you put air quotes on try.
Because it's all fucking trying. They're all fucking jokes, man.
I'm just surprised you didn't do a
If you try or
community
don't
chess
try. It's as
joke.
long as it makes the listener happy.
And they are not.
And me happy.
Are you happy, Hannah?
No.
Oh,
I'm very
nuts.
angry right now.
I thought Ricky was going to do a joke about, like, oh, there's also a rule that says, like, you're something about community chest. Like,
Because I like boobs.
Yeah.
Because I'm
you do?
well known for liking boobs.
You're well known for liking boobs.
Well, you might
Make
know
a joke now about it.
You might know community chest by its other name, your mama.
Yeah, good one.
My friend just got Britney Spears Monopoly.
Wait, which one is Boardwalk?
That was my first question.
That's everybody's first
Yeah,
question.
and she was like,
Women be shopping.
she goes, and I go, what's Boardwalk? And she goes, it's $400. I was like, oh my God, I know.
No,
And that's my obvious friend. And she goes, it's Baby One More Time.
Oh, it's the catalog.
So it's like, and then,
Wait, what's Baltic? Like, what's the purple?
I haven't looked at it all.
Oh, I'm going to look this up.
I think
Along for the ride.
Chance is, what's the Chance card?
She's on
got
like
you.
Fantasy, I think. No, not Kevin.
Is there ever a part of the game where you can't like have control of your money?
Yeah, you have to go to jail.
You have to give your money to the person to the left.
Shave your head. It's your turn. You gotta shave your head.
Yeah, your dad has to play the rest of the game
And then
for you.
you have to stop and take an Instagram video. You have to look up. Okay.
Is that a real thing though? Like is the
I'm looking it up, you
game?
guys.
Britney Spears style?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, it's a real game.
Okay.
You didn't enjoy this bit they came up with?
No, it's real. It's very real.
Curious is guess.
Yeah,
Chance.
Yeah,
And
curious.
fantasy is community. And then, toxic and womanizer are the lowest ones. Those are such
That's
good
surprising.
songs.
It's not Email My Heart. People forget that one.
But guess what?
Email
Jail is
my
still
heart.
jail.
Jail should be 2007. Or jail should be when she gets her money taken away.
And then free parking should be free Britney.
Oh my God!
totally.
Missed opportunities
Actually,
here.
you know what? That's a really great idea.
I'm not buying this.
Yeah,
Right to Mattel.
yeah, that's disappointing. That's
We'll come
huge.
up with our own version.
Yeah, let's
and I'll
do
make
our
way
own.
more money.
Boardwalk should definitely be like Touch of My Hand.
Ew, what?
That's not
Remember
her
that?
best song.
Touch of my hand.
Jeremy.
That's the best. Never mind.
Moving on. Jesus.
What is happening to you? You
It's
glitched.
the best part of a Britney fantasy.
Okay.
Okay, but that should be like mid price. All right, guys.
Have you made a decision?
There's always
What should Boardwalk be here?
Maybe One More Time should be Boardwalk. Like that's her ultimate song.
Sure.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Let's see what Park Place is. All right, I'll look it up while you judge.
When you get an opportunity to buy it again.
Yeah. What? No. Oh God, I don't know. Now I'm stressed out about. Oh, okay, that's fun. I get it. See, I don't own, so I get like stressed out about house jokes because I don't get them. Like short sale joke, you're like, I'm like, I don't know what that means.
tough breakthrough.
Yeah, that was just me. No, I liked
Come
your.
on, Drunko.
I know that was it. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
I liked that because it reminded me of the drunk uncle on Saturday Night Live playing Monopoly. You're a chance. So what? I'm not the banker. Like, does anyone know what I'm talking
Yes,
about? Okay.
we do.
Bobby Monahan. That.
Yeah.
He played now. That was
So I
good.
wasn't the banker.
So I'm not Mr. Drysdale.
So I don't live in a thimble.
So it's a three-way tie.
No, I'm not done. I'm still. This is me.
It's a great bit.
There's always a
is.
sigh when Hannah has to come back to the show. And,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, all right.
Okay. I did like the rules of board games. That's a funny joke. With like reading about the rules of board games.
Yeah.
And then Dead in a House Fire.
That looks like a turn.
That was my favorite.
Mostly because I just imagined you as a 6-year-old, but with your head on like a small body and
Just burnt up.
yeah.
Baking some shitty ass
accident.
thing on your easy bake oven.
Yes.
My parents never got me.
It was good food. Just because I died doesn't mean I wasn't a good cook.
I stayed the night at my friend's and we were gonna do her easy bake oven. This is when it was popular, and we opened it up and moths had baby
Ew.
maggots in there.
Do they taste good?
Yeah,
What'd you guys bake?
It was a little mealy.
A little brown sugar. They're fine.
Chocolate chips and
Just put chocolate
white
chips.
almonds.
You can only fit like half an almond sliver.
Macadamias. I'm sorry, not white almonds. Those don't even exist.
All right. Eat the almonds, but don't eat the moths.
Stay away from those.
Moths are like, oh, okay, I'm done.
I love your moth jokes.
Bob, I liked your inflation joke, the second one. In this economy, like this is what it sells for. Because that's all people want to talk about is just prices. And I'm like, God.
In Italy too.
Yeah, in Italy, they were like, I look at your shapes, they're expensive.
I want to build the house. I look just like you.
3 years ago to touch it was only $200, and now you want to charge me $700.
But I have cash. I'm ready to close.
I like your boobs, and I like your boobies inflation.
Inflated boobies. I love them. Alvin, come and look at these. Alvin!
Oh, mamma mia. Yo, mamma mia.
Just relive that moment again.
Oh, Mamma Mia, that could be a good episode
That's
title.
nothing wrong with that. She just relived it again.
Well, I'll finish this. Jeremy had the Yo Mama joke. That's great. Always add that.
I will always add that.
I need to make some
Thank you
edits
so
to
much.
it.
Those are my favorite. I'm gonna give this one to Drew because he had the drunk uncle, and that was fun for me. Yep,
I'm glad you had a good time.
I'm glad. Me too.
We can bring that experience back to you. Wasn't as good as the Italy experience, but
No.
you know.
No. Anyway,
So that means it's a three-way tie. So Hannah, you could either give us a tiebreaker or you can make a snap judgment, decide a winner for this episode.
Including
okay.
me. It could be
I'll
me.
give you a tiebreaker, and you have to make the funniest one-liner about the shapes joke that I said. The shape story I said.
The funniest one-liner about your shapes.
Yeah.
That's one of
About,
the ones I did before.
or just me being in Italy.
Oh, that's a okay.
Go for it.
You know, like how rapid fire when we're riffing.
I know.
I
It's
know, I was like,
okay,
we
say a
all
funny
need
thing.
40
We're
seconds.
fine. And then all of a sudden now you're like,
I feel like I've spent them already.
Yep. Go for it.
Well, at this point, it's whoever the first one is.
I
Yeah.
abstain. So it's
always
down to
abstain.
Jeremy.
No.
It's true.
No,
he's not
No,
trying.
not my shapes. Not my Hannah shape. Like, just like, okay, do Italy and
Your lovely lady shapes.
yeah.
I love you shape. You look like a boot, just like in my home country. And every time I want to put it into my mouth, I don't know why I went there.
you guys over there knew you were a tourist because you pulled out your American Express checks.
Yep.
Good enough.
The highest honor. Good enough.
Good.
There you go. You can win.
Drew is
Take a
our
money belt when you go out
No.
abroad.
I have a normal. I have my normal purse.
I just
like
have
a
my
normal
championship
gal.
wresling belt and my
My
shapes.
first time out of the country, like where I had money, like you know, I did have a money belt when I went to Europe.
I know. I just had a
17 years old.
purse, but I think I looked Italian. Or people asked if I was British a couple of times, and then I'd say no, and then they'd go, "Oh yeah, your teeth. You're American." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm American." Happened 3 times.
That's still a thing. British people still haven't figured out dental care.
I guess
Breeding.
not. But then somebody asked me directions, so in Italian, I was like,
Oh, scusi.
I was like, I don't know.
Scusi.
For all you know.
Yeah.
That's a missed opportunity. You know, you
I don't know.
could have said them anyway.
Woman of many shapes.
Moving in many
I don't know where
shapes.
to go.
Wait, do you speak Italian, Hannah?
No, but I would like read the Google Translate of it, and I would order in Italian, and I would try, and they were sweet. They would just be like, okay, 1 second. And I'd be like, okay,
Uno momento.
uno momento. But yeah.
Carly.
Si. I didn't even realize I said that in Spanish. I'm learning Spanish right now, and
actually
that
is
just came
Italian,
out.
And
It's
Italian.
just the way you say it.
Yeah, but I'm learning Spanish, you guys.
Carly, do you have any preguntas?
Oh, yeah. I got a question for you. Has anyone here ever catfished a dolphin? Burning question. Una pregunta. Sí. Yo quiero una pregunta. Okay.
You want one?
Well, yo tengo una pregunta. Oh, perdón. Ja. Okay, so, all right, I want to take it back to the middle story that was super long and no one understood the complicated
Why?
one about the reincarnation, because I want to know, who were you in a previous life, or who do you think you're going to be in the next life? Could be an animal, plant.
I've already had
person.
this reading. I already know.
Tell.
Yeah, there's a ton of like, you can do it.
I only know about your dog's reincarnation.
No, that's my cat.
Oh.
Thanks. But you can do it on YouTube. There's a past life regression thing. You can do a bunch. And I had a psychic reading, so I have several past lives. But one, I was
English.
yes. What?
Like,
No, but I was a man in the Dust Bowl.
Like they said.
you were what?
A man in the Dust Bowl, because she was like asking like if I and am kind of like protective of my things, and I don't want people like touching my things, and I'm not a very good like
Don't
sharer.
touch my dust bowl.
Let me keep my dust. And I always like make sure I have like a lot of like food on hand. And apparently that's because Dust Bowl and poverty.
That's because of your
That's fun.
I really haven't followed the Dust Bowl. Anybody want to give me some insight on that? Is that
Dust Bowl?
Great
From the
Depression-
Oklahoma
Depression
and
time.
northern Texas.
There were,
Oh,
like,
I have a really good
Oregon
book.
Trail, right?
It was dusty.
Yes, it was 19 like
Dysentery, died of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Britney Spears was
There-
on the radio.
Ken Burns has a great Dust Bowl documentary.
What does Ken Burns not have a documentary on?
I've watched him. I love Ken Burns. Anywho,
Yo mama.
yeah.
This guy.
Yo, mom, and then it pans across her. Yo, mama's so fat, she's a case of cameras.
You know what? Actually, you know what I was. You know what I was in a previous life.
What?
David Attenborough,
His mama.
the guy who does all the Planet Earths.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did
Yeah. Carly and I have swapped previous lives.
What was your favorite?
Oh, they don't want to talk about it.
What one was your favorite?
So one time when I was like,
The one where she didn't have a dog.
She was wearing a green sweater.
yeah, that was the one that I hated the most.
13 or 14, I woke up from this dream and it was like I was wearing a suit and everything was like bluish. It was like in an office building. And I wake up and I'm falling like this. And I just realized why this is a past life and not a future thing that's going to happen. But I had a suit on and no tattoos on my hands. So there you go. So it's probably a past life or a future life. But I'm falling back and I look down and I'm shot.
Were you like Don Draper and Mad Men at
I
the
always
beginning
thought
in the
that. I always
credits?
thought that. When I
Like,
saw that, I was like, oh, that's like that dream I had. But so I'm like falling down slowly, but not out the building, but just inside.
Couldn't be a result I've seen before.
And I no, this was when I was like a kid. And I was falling back slow motion. And I woke up and I just started crying so loud because it was so real. And my dad walks in, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, I have this bad dream. He's like, you want to talk about it? I was like, no. And it was so just
You better
intense.
talk about it.
and I was
was
old
in
enough to get
pajamas.
tattoos. Oh,
I'm
I'm curious.
I think in my life, previous life, I might have been on the Titanic because I've had such a fascination,
for
a
Titanic,
hard on
yeah.
for it, you know?
I was also
like
on the
near, far,
Titanic.
wherever you are. I'm hard
Guys,
for the
most
Titanic.
like just based on the population of the Earth, why does everybody always like, oh, I was in America or I was on the Titanic? You're probably like a farmer in Malaysia.
Probably in one life.
But like
Right,
a farmer,
but, more like, but nobody people don't ever go like, oh,
Yeah.
I know, I remember I was this like person at this really obscure.
but definitely like a
no, I
Malaysian,
I was the queen of
Yeah.
Eden.
a Malaysian
know
farmer
for-
who died on the Titanic.
Yeah, I for sure like had some past life in Germany because like when I was there, when I lived there, I was like, oh, I've been here before. Like I felt just like
Oh, the
super
deja
comfortable.
vu.
Yeah, and I like knew where I was going when I didn't know where I was
Okay,
going.
well, can I say something about that?
No.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Okay, you know, I used to think about reincarnation a lot, but then I thought, okay, if time is not linear, if time is vertical,
time is
then
flat
all of
circle.
that's happening all at the same time. Quantum physics, guys, come
yeah,
on.
for sure.
So it's not a past life. It's literally happening right now. So that means if you have deja vu, it means another event is happening at the same time right now.
Oh, for
that
sure.
When I
I've
get,
heard differently about deja vu. I've heard that you're in the right place in your life. Meaning
Are we
that you-
high?
This episode would make you think
Oh, I
that.
was high to begin with, but I thought that was,
So I'm on the Titanic right now.
I want to be the baker.
there's
on
no
the
room for you on the couch.
there's no room, Jack.
This show has been described as a sinking ship, but
You guys ever heard about those pigeons who do like rituals because they keep getting food on it, so they're always like kind of
Oh, yeah.
trying to find the pattern that'll make the thing work.
yeah.
No.
Anyways,
That's what I think of all your beliefs.
thank you so much for listening, watching,
You didn't even ask me.
checking us out.
Robert,
what about
was
you?
your past life?
I don't believe in any of that. So thank you once again for listening and watching, as Jeremy was talking about.
What podcast were you on in a past life?
The successful one.
Well,
No.
well, hopefully in the future I won't be on any podcasts.
I think this is Bob's first life.
I want to be podcast free in 2026.
This is not Bob's first life. He's had 1,000.
Yeah, look at my eyes.
Yeah, he's seen more.
He hasn't slept in any of them.
What was it talking about?
Closing us out.
Closing us out. Thank you for listening and watching. We appreciate it very much. If you enjoyed the show, support us financially, you fucking assholes. Over on Patreon, just $3 a month. That's it. You can support this show, and you get bonus content, our back catalog of episodes, a lot of funny stuff there, over 9 years worth. So do that.
That's such a long time, guys.
It was like another life.
9 years.
We're coming up to a decade of 1, 2, 3 jokes.
Good for you.
All right. So I think that does
Seems
it.
like we
You'll ever
started in
get
a
to
past
4,
life.
5, 6, or is it just going to stay with 1, 2, 3?
Once we
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Once 1, 2, 3 takes hold, then we'll think about 4, 5, 6.
Another decade, no problem.
I think we should just be jokes squared.
Ooh, that's a
9
good one.
jokes?
I'm Jeremy Martinez.
There are 9 jokes.
Well, when math enters
Okay.
enters the
I
conversation,
took math with the pregnant girls, don't.
And the wrestlers.
they were multiplying.
Yeah.
I'm Ricardo Leon.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Hannah Tighe.
And I've been Drew Nelson. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Drew. This has been another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes.
Wait, Drew, do you say you've been Drew Nelson, like in a past life?
See what I did there? I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you were Jeremy or Carly on that one.
Jokes, oops. Sorry.